We are now going to introduce you to Professor Ahmed, a special guest that we have appearing on the program today as a surprise guest for us. Professor Ahmed, we thank you for taking time out and joining us on the show. And thank you for the discussion we had earlier in terms of human trafficking, the modern day slavery. Professor Ahmed is the founding president of World Association for Sustainable Development, WASD. He's a founding director of the Middle Eastern Knowledge Economy Institute, MEQEI, and he's the founder and International Diaspora Project, SK, and Sudan Knowledge. And we thank you for taking time out today. Contact details for Professor will be put in the comment box below. Professor, can you please tell us and enlighten us on WASD, please, the World Association for Sustainable Development, and in line with human trafficking and modern day slavery?
Thank you very much, Lady. I'm really pleased to be here. Thank you very much for your wonderful programs. I watched it every week, and I think you're doing a great work. It's my pleasure to join you. And human trafficking, or before I talk about human trafficking, the World Association for Sustainable Development is a global forum established from 1999, but in 2000 was more of the official launch of the organization. It's a group of academics and institutions. We started as academics from all over the world, in the UK, in London, America, Australia, United Arab Emirates, Sudan, and other many countries. It's grown up, it became one of the largest organizations focusing on how countries can achieve sustainable development goals. Our main objective when we started is to help people understand sustainable development is not just about the environment, and it's not just about carbon dioxide at that time. So we work very hard to try to let people understand, in order to achieve sustainable development, you need a multidisciplinary approach, including everyone. The work you are doing here, Chief Lady, is a great work. It helps people understand, like now you are discussing a very critical issue, human trafficking. So this will contribute directly or indirectly to countries' efforts to achieve sustainable development. So we became very interested in this topic because in 2008, as one of our major initiatives was the International Diaspora Project, which we initiated at the University of Sussex at that time, together with the UNESCO Chair on Technology Transfer. And we were very keen to connect the diaspora with their homeland countries to help them with the knowledge and the advancement they have acquired here in the West, like in the UK or in Canada or in America or Australia. But last 3 years, just before COVID, we've been approached by quite a prominent Sudanese lady here, one of the diaspora here, British Sudanese. I can show you the book, actually. See, it's becoming a book now. I'm very glad we have managed to make it a book. Her name is Somia Hamid Ibrahim. She is a director at the Paddington Trust here. She is an educator, but she was doing her master's degree at London South Bank University. She was supervised, or she was doing her degree in one of quite a respected master program in refugees studies. So she did that one under the supervision of quite a distinguished professor, Girma, at the South Bank University. But the topic or the area she was investigating is human trafficking in Sudan. And because of the time, and I'm very glad for the few minutes you gave me, what she did, she investigated this case, which is happening in Sudan. And that can trigger one thing. You are here in the UK, I am here in the UK, and you are discussing an issue which is thousands of miles away. This can itself give all your audience, Chief Lady, about the importance of the topic you are discussing. It's quite a significant and important topic. Sudan is neighboring Ethiopia and Eritrea, and this is an area in Eastern Sudan, Kassala area, and that's Eastern Sudan, where there is lots of abduction and human trafficking happening in that area. So Somia did extremely well in her master degree here or in London here by investigating that. She spoken to government. She went there. She met people. She interviewed people, and she met people from the victims themselves, the law enforcement agencies, and she tried to investigate what causing this phenomena and what could be the solution to this particular serious issue. She tried her best to understand the socio-economic impact of this phenomena. The issue is not just about trafficking, it's about many, many things beyond that. In the book, you will see many things she have discussed here, excuse me, including some of the myths around human trafficking. For example, one of the myths she mentioned in her chapter 6, for example, it's not all human trafficking is about criminal act. It's more than that. Those traffickers, they use lots of things, psychologically manipulating their victims in order to let them exercise many things. They defraud the system. They try to manipulate the women and girls to get into sex or commercial sex or prostitution and so on. So it's not just about abduction and trafficking. And also, most importantly, she tried to highlight here the whole, if you like, the whole story in that micro environment in Eastern Sudan. But the issue is not really as simple as you're trafficking people. It has many, many implications because the lives of those victims needs lots of rehabilitation. It needs education. You need to really look after them at the places where they are, where there is huge poverty. You need to look at them there where there is serious stigma around their living. So imagine they were trafficked from Sudan to Eritrea or from Eritrea to Sudan. It's not just you find them and you protect them, but you need to build a real life for them. So it's a quite big, huge transformation project. Her book is really remarkable in the fact that it got 6 chapters or 11 chapters, sorry. Apart from the basic literature reviews, the methodology, how she conducted that, I'm just not going to go through all these ones and the way she has done the analysis and the result. But she looked into, in chapter 6, for example, she gave you lots of examples of victims. Of course, they were being anonymized in their names, but you can listen to the story. These are serious, these are people who are human beings, are now completely destroyed. And then she went into, she looked into the criminal acts and the human rights acts, and she also looked into the role of the government, the role of the policing, the role of others. So it's quite a lengthy book. It also have a questionnaire and everything. Somia is in London, so once this COVID is gone, we will definitely going to have a presentation, which definitely I will bring it to your attention. But it's quite an important topic, and I really congratulate you for discussing this topic. It's quite a serious topic, and somehow or another, this is the least people like you, remarkable people like you, and what we're doing here is try to help those victims back in Eritrea or in Sudan or in Ethiopia or other part of the world. So it's quite a big story here. There's lots of things about poverty, stigma, rejection by the society, even after they were protected by the police and so on. I'm sorry if I took more than you allowed me, Chief Lady, but thank you very much for the opportunity to highlight this. It's called Human Trafficking in Sudan. Somia Hamid Ibrahim, and is available even electronically. We can supply it or send it to anyone who is interested.
Professor Alam Ahmed, we thank you so very much for joining us today. And if you've been listening to him, he is the founder of the World Association for Sustainable Development and the founder and director of the Middle Eastern Knowledge Economy Institute and the founder of the International Diaspora Project SK in the United Kingdom. We thank you for taking time out to join us on the show. And we thank you for the work that you're doing in the community. We thank you for your passion, and we thank you for your time. Thank you. And we will see you on another episode of the Extraordinary Achievers Show. And for today, we say good night to you. Thank you.
Good night to you. Thank you very much for it. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.